I'm Bev Day. I'm from founding director of OWL. OWL has been in existence, a nonprofit since 1985, but it's actually been happening for over 30 years. We're a nonprofit organization. We're situated on 5 acres, with our largest care cage being the length of a football field. The majority of the work that is done here at OWL is done by volunteers. We had close to 8,000 volunteer hours done here at OWL last year. That's recorded volunteer hours, the ones I can get to put the hours down. We rehab and release birds of prey. We only do birds of prey because it's not fair to stick a songbird or a duck or a squirrel next to somebody who has them for dinner. When the birds come in, they're examined, they're given a case number. Right now we're up into about the 300s, 360s per year. Our usual release rate is between 70 and 75%. It does drop down if we have poisonings. And this year it'll be a bit lower with the birds coming in that are really starved. And they're hard to bring back because a lot of times the body is eating its own. Very similar to a person that's anorexic. It lives off itself, so it's that fine line that you can bring the birds back or not. Birds are about 90% local. We actually get them from throughout BC, but the highest number is in the lower Fraser Valley area. But we do get them from as far away as New Brunswick. We get them sent in from other rehab facilities. We also get them sent in from other conservation officers in other provinces. A lot of the rehabbers from the other provinces will stabilize the bird enough to get it for being able to ship it, to fly it in. We're very, very lucky. We have several airlines that fly free for us, and there are ones that we have to pay. If we had to pay for everything that, every bird that was flown in, we wouldn't be able to do it. We're very lucky as an organization as well because we have a lot of people that we can call on for assistance. Working with the birds, I guess, gives you a feeling, you don't have to deal with people. Have to deal with us as supervisors, but you don't have to deal with people on a one-on-one basis. You're out there, you're working. Animals, I think, of any sort give that type of care to people whether they realize it or not. Even the volunteers that volunteer here, they get a certain type of warm fuzzies. Being able to help something that's injured, being able to help something that basically man has messed up. 90% of our cases that come in have been through involvement with man of some sort. Some of the birds that come in is like barns have been knocked down while there's still babies in them. A lot of it is loss of trees, habitat. The nest has been cut down, so we've ended up with the babies. We also have hit by car. As I was growing up, I was always told that, you can throw that apple core out the window. You can throw that part of the sandwich you don't want because it'll feed a bird or it'll feed something. The only problem that happens is when you throw it out of a moving vehicle, it doesn't get off the side of the road. Okay, so you think you're helping, but you're actually causing more problems. That brings your rodents into the side of the road, or your rabbits if it's an apple, that type of thing. And then the bird of prey goes after the food that has been brought to the side of the road because of what we've thrown out. And 70% of our cases have been hit by cars. Okay, and a lot of them by roadway and by roadside. Same as right now with all the snows and the high snows we had, the only places where anything was clean for birds to scavenge food was the side of the roads with the gravel and everything. So that's where the prey was for your birds of prey. You can't change the law because people are going to always think they're helping something. It's a matter, if you're going to throw something out of the car, stop and throw it further in the field, especially if it's biodegradable, so that it's not drawing the wildlife. But I don't think you'll ever stop a person throwing an apple core out unless they've heard us or seen this. Okay, there's no law for roadside garbage for throwing an apple core out of your window. It's nothing that could be ever enforced. So it's telling everybody, explaining to everybody that comes through, you know, don't throw it out.
So education.
Education, yeah. And by word. So if any of you people happen to meet a friend that's going to throw something out of the car, jump on them. Birds of prey are your highest order. Okay, when you start finding things out and you start finding things that are wrong with the birds of prey and in their systems through blood tests, it is letting us know how bad we're messing up. They're the highest indicator. I'm an environmentalist, but I'm a realist at the same time. Okay, but we got to look at ways to do things that is not destroying our environment. I want my grandkids and I want my great-grandkids to be able to see the eagles flying, be able to listen to an owl at night, to be able to understand what wildlife is. If you have questions, if you see something that is injured, if you don't know where to phone your SPCAs or your vets. They will guide you where it needs to go. Just don't think, well, I can't help it.
Wow.
I'm very proud of her.
Oh, wow.
Holy. I'd be proud of that too. Damn.